What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Dreamers Pro for being the first one I saw talking about this. I was not aware that Stephen A. Smith said this on a recent segment of ESPN First Take. I believe he said this, it might have been today. I guess it was today. He said it today, and it is rather shocking what Stephen A. Smith said, but it validates all of our suspicions and validates a lot of the things that we see, all of the clues, all of the little signs that we've been noticing over the past 10 or so years, that there are media members who have been compromised by LeBron James and Clutch Sports. We've always suspected that. Well, Stephen A. Smith basically confirmed that. He confirmed it. And it really makes LeBron James look bad. It makes him look insecure. I'm going to tell you something else, too. I'm going to play the audio soon. But it makes, not only does it make LeBron look bad, but it's further validating something that we're seeing. For the first time, the media is having a pushback against LeBron James. For the first time that I've seen, they're pushing back against him. And it's a long time coming because you get a sense that his behavior over the last couple of years is becoming so... He's behaving like a petulant child. He's so off-brand at times. It's disgusting, you know? But anyway, this is what Stephen A. Smith had to say.
We're going to make sure that LeBron James' camp doesn't get to pull off what they will try to pull off. Because you see, the narrative is already, we're blaming LeBron James for the firing of coaches. That's not what this discussion is. What this discussion is us debating that another firing that has occurred under his watch, whether or not that compromises quote-unquote GOAT status in the eyes of a Shannon Sharp or Kendrick Perkins or Stephen A. Smith and others. That is what the debate is. See, they'll leave. And what they'll say is, oh, LeBron James is getting blamed for the firing. We're not saying that. What we're saying is that you're not as innocent and you're not some just mere spectator in this whole scenario the way you try to pretend to be. That is what we're saying. We're not going to let LeBron James and his camp get away with that. We're not blaming him for the firing. What we're saying is you can't be as great as you proclaim to be, as we know you are, in today's NBA game, and be completely innocent and oblivious and...
Let me stop right here because I don't want to keep playing it continuously. I want to say something right quick. I'm willing to go a little further than him. I do believe that LeBron James is complicit in Darvin Ham's firing. You look at all year, well, I would say all year, but like since December, definitely January, definitely LeBron James' body language, rolling his eyes at times, not paying attention to Darvin Ham in the huddle, snatching I think in one game, didn't he reportedly snatch the clipboard from Darvin Ham, and and his body language led, and the disrespectful body language led to other Lakers, basically copying the same things, not paying him any attention, tuning him out. And yeah, most definitely LeBron James had a definite influence in Darvin Ham being fired. But that's the thing. LeBron does all these little tricks, but they wants to be the innocent.
Distant having nothing to do with the firing of yet another coach. That is impossible. That's all we're saying. But having said all of that, while acknowledging that that's a reality that he has to live with, there's a bigger narrative to touch on. And that is the fact that LeBron James has brought these debates on himself, Shannon, because of this insatiable appetite he has to control narratives. It's what he does. Nobody, I repeat, nobody, no star in the history of sports has gone about the business of methodically, systematically, continuously trying to control the narrative. And I have proof. That podcast that him and JJ Redick have, let me be the first to say, it's a great podcast.
Now, where do you think he's gotten that from? I'm not saying he couldn't have observed that as well, but we've been talking about that from the get-go. We saw that, me, Ticket, LB, 78 Sports TV, Sports and Fitness Rants, Franchise Sports TV, you know, we all saw that from the get-go. Sure, they're waxing poetic about basketball, but there's also a deeper agenda there. And that's basically LeBron James trying to revise history and push oftentimes completely false narratives, false talking points, and false information about his legacy.
You want to learn some basketball? You listen to them brothers. I ain't throwing no shade on them. I love JJ and the job he's doing. I appreciate LeBron, his greatness, and his cerebral approach, educating us about the game of basketball. But why would you choose to do that in your 21st season, approaching age 40? Because you know why? You want to make sure that you're the guy that gets to put your fingerprints on narratives, because you have proven throughout the years that you care about that. Well, we're here to say, yo, you got your approach, we got ours. You got your penchant for control of the narrative, we got ours. And oh, by the way, you're talking about you. So therefore, you ain't gonna be but so objective. We, on the other hand, are going to be very objective. Shannon, you and I disagree, but we don't fail to acknowledge the greatness of LeBron James and how he's on a Mount Rushmore of basketball. Kendrick Perkins, you are a friend. You've known this man for decades, which is why you repeatedly will tell people to kiss your ass when they come to you trying to tell you how you supposed to be talking to and about LeBron James. Who the hell are they? Because you know him. You see what I'm saying? But you had to do it. Why did you have to do it, Kendrick Perkins? Because that man allowed people to approach you, to try to infiltrate a narrative he may have disagreed with, that you, me, Shannon, or somebody else has put forth.
Did you hear that? Stephen A. Smith is saying on national television that LeBron James has had people affiliated with him try to approach Kendrick Perkins to affect his opinion on LeBron. You talk about insecurity? So all the things that we've been suspecting and been sort of accusing him of, but without proof, now we got the proof.
Shannon or somebody else has put forth. This is what he does. This is what he has done. And there is no escaping that.
I believe two things. I believe two things can be true. I believe LeBron James is the GOAT, but I also believe he lacks accountability in the situation that we see right now with the Darvin Ham. It's been too many instances. Now, I get the Luke Walton situation. Stephen A., he wasn't.
I'm going to stop it right there because you know how he would defend. But even he just said, even Shannon Sharp just said LeBron James lacks accountability. Even he said that. And by the way, this really sort of brings a lot more suspicion. And Dreamers Pro talked about this. Remember years ago, Shannon Sharp swore that his GOAT was was Michael Jordan, and then Kobe, and then that was it. Remember that? Remember back in the day, Nick Wright loved himself some KD? You thought KD was the best player in the game. Then magically, both of these guys, around the same time, 2016 or so, after LeBron James won that championship with Cleveland, both these guys mysteriously became the biggest LeBron James nut huggers we've ever seen. Also around that time, it has been reported, I don't know but confirmed, but reported that Nick Wright may have signed with Clutch Sports. He's never denied it. And then we have all these other people in the media who have altered their opinions over the years. You know what I mean? It's very, very interesting. It's very interesting. You know? I'm surprised this isn't being talked about more. But this is crazy. But yeah, I mean, this proves everything that we've been saying about LeBron James for years. He's insecure. He tries to control the narrative. And he has people, well, excuse me, I put it like this, not people. He has well, I guess I will say people. People in the media. I'm going to assume on some level they're on the payroll. Can't prove that, but it got to be some type of compensation for them doing this. So all the stuff we've been saying about clutch checks, now I believe it even more. I believe it even more. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.